Got 4 bags here, and I got some new with tag stuff. I got a bunch of great items that I'm going to be showing off. So Franthily 3 joined, thanks so much. Got 12 people in here so far. I'm just gonna go ahead and start. Hit the likes, thanks guys. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna do the first store that I went to. Let's see if this is mirrored right. Okay, there we go. Goodwill Industries, I spent $97 at the first store. So we're gonna go through these. I'll explain the nuances of each of these. If you have any questions, feel free to post in the comments. I'll get to those. You can also just let me know if you're watching, where you're watching from. I'm in Fayetteville, Arkansas, so love connecting with you all and finding out where you're from. Roy, Firecracker, Holly, thanks for following, appreciate that. All right, so Buried Treasure, thanks so much for the gifts. I appreciate that. Really kind of you. First off the bat, I'm getting kind of selective on what I pick up for Depop. I would call this a Depop special. I got a lot of treats coming in here. Here's the tag. So we're at Goodwill, where I don't know where you guys are. Maybe you can put this in the comments. Those that are thrifting at Goodwills. Typically, my Goodwills here are $4.99 for a pair of shirt, $4.99 for a shirt, $5.99 for a pair of pants, and then shoes just range from store to store. So most of these shirts are going to be $4.99 unless I got them half price, which yellow tag was half price. So there's a vintage Polo Sport Ralph Lauren polo shirt with the Polo Sport. It's a waffle knit shirt. Got the embroidery on the front, got a cool little stripe on the collar, and then got the stripes on the sleeve. So here's kind of a large view of this shirt. I don't think this is like good enough to bring in tons of money, but right there, XL, that's a good size. Typically I want XL and larger on Ralph Lauren's. Benjamin, not sure what you disagree with, but you're welcome to put that in the comments. I'd love to know. Yeah, so we got the Polo Sport Ralph Lauren. Anytime you get like the embroidery and the shirt and the flag on the front, that's always what people are looking for. And yeah, so I would think probably 25 to 30 bucks for this shirt, and I paid $4.99 for it. The tag's not on it, but that's what I paid. All right. I paid up for this one, but the tag on this looks almost brand new. Like, it doesn't even look like it's been worn. So I'll sell this as excellent condition, like new. Yeah, clips, they look for that polo symbol like no other. Yes, exactly. Polo Sport does really well. I've gotten really good money for other Polo Sport items, not necessarily like shirts, but like jackets and things. Tina, it was a nice haul. I'm going to show you. All right, here's the Ralph Lauren RLX 2XL. Paid up just a little bit, $6.99 for this performance polo. And sometimes with these golf polos, you can look for golf clubs on the chest or the sleeves. This just has the RLX on the sleeve. See if I can get it in there for you. So no golf course on this shirt. Typically if it's just like a local course, it kind of brings it down for me. But if it's a well-known like professional course, then that will bring the value up if it's one that like the pros play on. And there are certain courses that bring in a lot of money on the polos just because they're a certain course. Nick, what's going on from snowy Yakima? Top of the afternoon to you. Guess, yeah, it's afternoon for you. So got this, I will list it as light new RLX Polo. Probably list this at like 39 bucks and take offers from $30 up plus shipping. So at that first store, I've only shown you 2 items. I spent $97. Between those two, I'll get close to 60 bucks. And then you add in one more item, 3 items, and we've already paid for the haul. And I probably got 20 items just at this first store alone. All right, paid $4.99 for this pair of Columbia shorts. Size, I don't know what the size is. They're larger, 40 waist. Just solid blue, new with tags. They retail for 40. Probably price these at like 34 plus shipping and take offers of like 27, 28 bucks up. That's typically what I get for a pair of brand new Columbias, 25 to 30 bucks. Especially if they're just like that's not like, if they were Columbia PFG or Columbia like hunting or something, they would go for a lot more. I don't know about you all, but it is nice here today. It is like 75 degrees and sunny. I'm like, it's February 28th and it's never supposed to be like that, but I'm taking it. I'm in short sleeves and ate outside for lunch today. Had a nice lunch. Kim, thanks for following. Ohio guy, thanks for following. Appreciate that. Sparkly Thing 7 says 90. Where are you watching from, Sparkly? Tina in Paris says, I won your spreadsheet today in Line Creek's giveaway. Someone paid it forward. Can't wait to use it. That's awesome. I'm so glad. Thanks so much for letting me know that. I'm glad you won it. If you have any questions, just know that there's a link to my YouTube video on the order that you got, the PDF. So you can watch the video, and then if you have any of the follow-up questions from there, you can reach out to me on Etsy. Or I guess if you didn't get on Etsy, you can reach out to me here or email or whatever. Jersey weather says winter and I want summer. I get that. Sparkly's in Miami. Man, it is hot in Miami. We were there in July and I was like, I don't think I could live here. The humidity is crazy. Kim Fry Moyer bought the spreadsheet and it's amazing. So glad you like it, Kim. Thanks so much. I almost couldn't believe this find. $6.99. But look at that, guys. If you've been following me at all, you know I love this brand, FootJoy, and especially if you can get it brand new. Smaller size. Men's size 30, but these shorts probably, the tag is kind of ripped off, so I couldn't see the price, but I would guess they retail for about $60 to $80 brand new. So I probably won't get that. I'll probably list them around 50 bucks, 50 to 59. And now that we're getting into golf weather, we'll sell them for that. Finicky Nicky followed the host. I like your handle. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but thanks so much for following. 85 in Houston feels close to 90. Yeah, it's hot here, but I can't complain. 75 is beautiful. If I could freeze weather, that's what it would be at. Couldn't believe this find. Guys, this is all the first store. I showed you the new with tags FootJoy, the new with tags Columbia. These aren't new, but many of you are going to know this brand. This is not a stranger to anyone. There's the back zipper. You guys see that? I'm getting better at spotting Lulu because it's sometimes hard to find. Check out these men's athletic shorts. The first thing I look for if I can't find the tag is I always look for the Lulu logo on the back. And there it is. So obviously that's going to give it away, because a lot of times when you look inside Lululemon, you don't have like a tag. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I've noticed with men's pants, you don't really get a tag. Got another pair of Lulus coming up later that didn't have the tag. There was no sign of Lulu anywhere. I still bought them because I'm like 95% certain they're Lululemon. So these shorts look to be like a newer style. Got pockets on the front. It definitely helps to have that Lulu logo somewhere because people want to show these off. That's what's in right there. So probably $50 to $60 for those. So I've shown you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items already. I've pretty much doubled my money on those 5 items, and I've still got like 15 to go. I spent $97. Let's see. Bold North Flips. Question on the spreadsheet. How do I mark a Mercari refund on your sheet if you aren't paid or rated yet? I haven't had a Mercari refund. Actually, you know, I do it just like I do any other refund. So if you watch my YouTube video, and you can find it up here, I'm sure you've probably already watched it already, but down there below you can, in the video description, you can find the chapters, and you can click on like how to process a refund, and I'll show you that in there. But I process all refunds, doesn't matter what site it comes on, the same in my spreadsheet. Oh, you're letting the buyer keep the item. Yeah, so you're going to have the cost. So the refund would be subtract out how much money you're giving back to them. So if you sold it for $30 and You don't have to worry about shipping because I'm assuming you probably use Mercari shipping and the buyer paid for the shipping and Mercari collected it. So I would just, whatever you refunded the buyer, that's how much I would subtract in my spreadsheet. But again, if you haven't seen that, go look at the tutorial video. Thanks for following. Daryl Payne, appreciate that. Nick says killer haul. Yeah. Every store was really good. One, I got a few good items, but those items that I got are really good. This hardly ever happens where every store is good. Usually it's like one good one, then a bad one, then a mild one, then another great one. So I'm going to be showing you all the brands I got, all 4 stores. Where the $350 at? I spent $350 at 4 stores. So $97 is the first one. All right, let's move on. Again, FootJoy, I love it. This is, whenever you find this, guys, so I'm very selective on the golf polos, but whenever you find FootJoy Dry Joys, this is their waterproof line, and this is a very the higher end FootJoy. Chris at Peak is sending me a bunch of messages. This is their higher end waterproof line, and this isn't just a Dry Joy jacket, it is Hydrolite on the sleeve. So it's a lightweight windbreaker jacket that is waterproof. I would guess this jacket probably goes for close to $100 brand new, if not more than that. So Risner Resells, what's going on? Thanks for jumping in and saying hello. Appreciate that. Kitsune and John Na and Dead Tired following the host. Appreciate that. So great size, FootJoy. It's always like right here, really small. It almost looks like the copyright mark, but that's the size, XL, Dry Joys. So I'll do FootJoy, Dry Joys, Hydrolite, and paid $7. Excellent condition. Great color. It's just a gray black with like I think that's a houndstooth pattern. Yeah, this jacket, I would put this at about 50 plus shipping, if not more. It is in excellent condition, like very lightly used. Joel Medina, 1995, says, hey, you're the spreadsheet guy. Love the spreadsheet. Hey, I appreciate that. Thanks for telling me. I always love getting your guys' feedback on what you're finding beneficial with that. So I appreciate you reaching out. All right, sometimes you buy things not for the brand, but for the look. And that's very important with Depop and kind of the vintage crowd wanting vintage looking stuff. Not just vintage looking, but vintage items. So St. John's Bay. I sold, I think St. John's Bay is JCPenney's, which I don't really pick up St. John's Bay except for vintage stuff. A few vintage things, not a lot. But these big corduroy pants. So like the big, like corduroy nowadays is like thinner, and this is thick. And I didn't sell, it wasn't, like 4 or 5 months ago, I sold a pair of Faded Glory, like the Walmart brand, vintage corduroy pants that look just like this. They were just a different color for $39 plus shipping. So that's what I'm going to list these at. This is size 34 by 32. So not great, like that's average. Usually I'm hoping for like 36 and up. Closer to 40 is better. But that will still sell. You got like the baggy look or the loose fit. Blue's a great color. They're in excellent condition. I definitely checked these for like holes and flaws, and buttons are there. So yeah, $39 for the St. John's Bay corduroy pants. Okay, anyway, saw the gifts. Thanks so much. Glad that you're in here saying hello for however long you're here. Hope you're doing well. Wide whale corduroy. Okay, thanks for that. Appreciate that. Risner knows. Wide whale corduroy. Picked up Faded Glory, Felix. Okay, nice. What were they, corduroy pants, or was it something else? Because I don't typically pick up Faded Glory, but the ones that I did were the corduroy pants. All right. But again, you can pick up whatever works for you. If you've got something that's selling, it may not sell for me, but maybe it sells for you. Okay, I picked up, I think 3 of these. Anybody know the brand? It's not on there. Can you tell the brand by that right there? And if you know it, put it in the comments. Got 105 people watching right now. 3,000 likes. Appreciate that. Who knows this brand? Someone here knows it. That's not the brand, but that's the style of shirt. That's it. A lot of Johnny O's coming in. There's the chest logo. Love finding the Johnny O with that logo on the chest. Sometimes I find it on the back of the neck too. But just like a casual polo, I picked up 3 of these, all size medium. So not a great size. So because it's not a larger size, what I'm going to do is, so here's shirt number 2, blue striped, a little different than this one. So there's 2 blue striped, and here's the 3rd, purple stripe. So they're all very similar, kind of in that similar colorway of blues and purples. So there's a good chance that someone will want to buy all of these together. Clip Q says, "Can I see the logo again?" Yeah, it's like a surfer guy with a surfboard. This brand I learned about probably a year ago. I saw it at a store, looked it up, and I was like, oh wow, and these would sell pretty quick for me. So there's the logo, a guy with a surfboard. Johnny O, so JOHNNIE-O is how you'll see the brand on the clothing. So got the Johnny O hanging out polos. There you go. There's more of their logo right there. That's what the tag looks like. So I will, I'll lot these together, 3 shirts. Typically, if I were to sell these separate, I'd price them at $29 to $35, depending on size. And yeah, so I'm probably going to price these at $60 to $70 for the 3, take offers and see what happens. All right, I love finding new brands, guys. I'm always learning. I've been doing this 7 years, but I'm still looking up brands. And so I'm going to show you a new brand to me and see if you guys know this brand already. I'm sure someone in here is probably going to know it. I wouldn't be surprised if Risner knows this brand. We'll see. Clip says, haven't heard of that brand before. So, you know, you're learning a new brand. I'm learning a new brand in this next one. Yeah, Joel Medina says, I always find it crazy how many brands are out there that I've never seen. And that's the thing, is like I'm constantly learning, and there are brands that I don't pick up anymore, but I'm constantly learning new brands. So although I am leaving more items behind that I used to pick up, now I'm picking up newer items. So it always helps to keep learning. So here's the brand. I saw this on this shirt. I saw this fabric, and I thought that looks like it's linen. And I had never seen this tag, never heard of the brand before. Calder Carmel or Carmel. Calder Carmel? Calder Carmel? I don't know. Caramel? Caramel? Or caramel? Anyways, I'm having fun here. This is 100% linen. It's a men's size medium, like dress shirt. I looked this brand up, and I think there were... I think comps were in like the 30s for this shirt. Medium, again, not a great size, but this is a great looking shirt. Really solid spread collar. That's what you would say with that. Spread collar, doesn't button down, and it doesn't point down. They kind of spread out to the sides. So has anyone in this live heard of that brand before? If you have, put your hand up or say something. Risner says, saw that at Neiman Marcus and immediately added to my list. Huntress followed the host. Thanks so much. All right, an item. Here's an item that I'm getting very picky with on this style of shirt. If you watch K-Wade all, he talks about this brand picking up white dress shirts. I looked for those. I didn't see any, but here's a brand that I used to pick these up all the time. This shirt is crisp, like looks and feels brand new. I don't know if this has even been worn much. I mean, that tag is like really crisp. Brooks Brothers Madison fit, 17.5, so that's probably going to be close to a 2XL. Just a pink dress shirt that I got for $4.99. So probably listed at $29 plus shipping. Take offers of like 23 and up. These have slowed down quite a bit. Reason why I picked it up is because it is crisp. It is the Brooks Brothers Madison and not just Brooks Brothers. And it's a larger size. So We'll see on this one. But I left tons of Brooks Brothers behind, just so you know. All right, here's another example of items that I'm getting very selective on. Polo Ralph Lauren. And a lot of times if I find a shirt that's got like a name, like Blake, or I'm trying to think of Lowell Sport, Wyatt, obviously, Andrew. If I see like ones with names, I'll be a little more prone to pick it up, especially if it's larger size, crisp, great color. It's just gotta have, Polo Ralph Lauren's gotta have a lot of great things going for me if I'm gonna pick up their dress shirt. You can hear the classical music. I'll turn it up a notch. She's in the other room. I didn't want to take a chance, so if I hear her crying, I'll have to go check on her. But yeah, I tried getting her to sleep with the classical music. It didn't work. I had to do the shush thing. Tina, I'm loving being a new dad. Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, Polo Ralph Lauren Wyatt, 100% cotton. Got one pocket on the front there. This was $7, yellow tag, half price, so $3.50 for this. Probably get $20 to $24. Those Ralph Lauren Blakes always look huge for the size. Yeah, I think that's their style. I noticed that certain Ralph Laurens, like the Blake, tend to run larger. And I used to list that in the description, and now I'm like, if they're looking for the Blake, they probably already know that it runs larger. All right. Again, not a brand that I pick up a lot, but it's new with tags. So it's new with tags, and it's $8.99. But Eddie Bauer, 2XL, vented outdoor shirt. Great color. Excuse me. There you go. There's the tag. Retails. Nobody's paying $80 for this shirt, I'm telling you. But typically, I used to live next to an Eddie Bauer outlet, and they would do, for the most part, you'd go in at any time of the year, and it would always be half price. So I could walk in and get the shirt new with tags for $40. Not that I would pay that much for a shirt like this, but I should get at least, like, I'd say $30 to $40. I should get in the $30 to $40 range for this. It's a great size. This is a great, like, springtime shirt, sleeves, vented, great color. Risner, I'm seeing your comments. Yeah, are you not hearing me? I'm reading your comments. Did I miss one? Sorry if I missed your comment. All right, this is probably the one item that I thought long and hard on the most. $6. Polo Ralph Lauren, 34 by 30, but it's got the pony on the back. Not crazy about this blue color, but they are in pretty excellent condition. I didn't see any like marks by the pockets or any like stains or anything, so I went ahead and grabbed them just because I need more inventory. I mean, if I sell them for $20 plus shipping, I still make like $12. Sorry, I don't know why my throat is all of a sudden closing up on me. I may have to go top off my water here in a second. Okay, 2 more items from this store. Again, paid $100, and this was well worth it. I'll show you this one right here. Robert Graham in the house, men's large, multicolored striped shirt. With the Robert Grahams, you always, if it's not a paisley print or some kind of like funky, this is kind of funky with the colorful stripes, but not like some of the other ones that go for good money. I always look under the cuffs if they have like the flip cuff, and I hope that I see like some kind of paisley pattern. This one doesn't have it. That's all right. This will still sell. It won't go for as much, but this Robert Graham I'll probably price at somewhere $39 to $49. It's pretty crisp, excellent condition. And then got the knowledge, wisdom, truth embroidered, kind of like they do on their shirts. So Rhonda Roney in the house saying hello. What's going on, Rhonda Roney? Thanks for saying hi. All right. Last item from this first haul. Thanks for jumping in here, guys. Casey Passmore says, I like those. What were you commenting on? I missed it. I got another pair of pants. Let's check the pockets, just see if I've got any cash. I think 2 weeks ago I was shipping out some pants and I was like, this feels like there's something in the pocket. And I pulled it out and it was $1. So I made an extra $1 on my purchase. I'm glad I caught it before I shipped it out. Not like that it did a huge significant jump for me, but I had $1 more. All right. If I'm picking up Banana Republic jeans, I'm pretty much only picking up the Banana Republic Traveler. Gray color, gray wash, 32 by 30, not a great size. This is like a slim pant. Probably list these at $35 and take offers of 27 and up. Risner, oh no, I'm not seeing those comments. They're filtered. I don't know if I'm doing that or not, but I'm not seeing those comments, no. Appreciate you sharing the bolos with us though, Risner. Or at least trying to. All right, store number 1, done. $97. I wish I was adding this up as I went, but several $100s from this store. I don't know exactly what it is, but I've got probably 3 or 4 $50 items in there. So out of 4 items, I've got $200 already, doubling my money, and then I've still got like 16 other items contributing. So I was pretty stoked when I left store number 1, and I was thinking, man, that was a good one, because I don't go to the loop that I did today. I don't do very often, less than once a month. Left there, I was texting Chris. I was like, man, great haul. Listen to the brands I got, and went to the second store, and it was better than the first. Got as much of, if not more items, and got a lot more newest tags or new items. So I'm going to show you the second store now. Another Goodwill in my hometown here. Goodwill on Appleby Road. Spent $126.33. Sometimes they ask if you want to round up, and I do. But if they don't ask, I don't round up. If you want it, you got to ask. Nick says another killer haul. Yeah. Gray 3, RL3 followed. Appreciate that, Gray. Mexica Beauty followed. Thank you. All right. Store number 2 just said $126.33. It's another Goodwill. Again, shirts are typically $4.99 unless half price. Pants are usually $5.99. Let's get going. This jacket I paid up for $12. Eddie Bauer women's puffer down. And I should say, I've got 100 people watching. If you see something that you want, message me. Send me a direct message, not in the comments. I mean, you can comment if you want, but send me a direct message and we can arrange before I list it. I can give you a better deal than if I were listing it. It's not going to be half price, but I can still come down a little more than I would on offers on eBay. Southern California. Ooh, I like it. You're the spreadsheet guru. I guess if that's what people are calling me, I don't know. I don't know if I would say that, but I'll take it. Where in Southern California? Been out to San Diego, Temecula, last November for my 40th. This isn't Southern California, but my wife and I took a trip to San Luis Obispo and spent like 4 or 5 days there. Huntrez just says, just bought the spreadsheet last week. Appreciate it. Thanks so much. Anyone watching this that has questions with the spreadsheet, the best way to reach me is on Etsy. So go through your order, send me a message, and it's a lot easier for me to reach out there. You can reach out on TikTok, but sometimes I don't check comments for a few days, and it may be delayed. So Etsy is going to be the place where you're going to get the fastest response for those that have questions. All right, so back to this beautiful item. Paid up $12 for it. Eddie Bauer puffer, quilted puffer down jacket. Usually with Eddie Bauer, the sleeve will tell you The Goose Down film warmth weight, so 650 is pretty good. Higher than that, and you can charge more to sell it. This jacket goes for $40 to $60 used. Only thing on this is like a light stain there, which I kind of started rubbing on in the store, and I should be able to wash that off. So I think this is going to do really well. It may sit until next fall, winter, just because we're coming out of winter. We're moving more into spring. I'm okay with that. I've got the space. I'll wait for the buyer to purchase this for 40. I'd say low end of 40. Probably going to price it at 60. All right, I mentioned that I got several new items. This item is new. It's just missing the tag, and I'll show you. I paid $9 for this, and it's Columbia. I'm not huge on Columbia, by the way. It's kind of a mediocre outdoor brand as far as resale value, but because this is new and it's Columbia titanium, I'm not sure if this is men's or women's medium jacket. If I had to guess, I would say it looks like a men's based on the size. But this is a packable, like lightweight windbreaker soft shell jacket. It's also got the hood rolled up here in the collar, so I can open this up and expand out the hood. It's vented, got the Columbia titanium on the back. So I wish the tag was hanging here, but you can see like it's got the little pull tab, but the Columbia tag came off. So let's see here. It's even got a little pocket behind the hood, which is weird, but hey, little things like that help sell it even more. Line Creek joined. David's in here. What's going on, David? So I would guess probably $40 to $60 for this. I'll have to do some comp research. Columbia titanium is better than Columbia, so that helps. And this is a newer style, vintage, so I may even be able to get more than 60. We'll see. That was on a rack. I picked up the Eddie Bauer jacket and that Columbia I picked up at the very end. I forgot that they have their coats and jackets at a different end of the store. And I was like, oh, I almost forgot. And those two items I would not have found if I didn't go over there. So I spent $20 for both of those. That should bring in over $100 easily between the two. Okay. That's the place you pack it. Okay, so maybe you... that makes a lot of sense, since it says packable right underneath it. You pack everything down into that little hole. And then I guess if you want a little pocket behind your neck to stash some money or something, or your ID, I guess you could do that too. All right, we're rolling on store number 2. Guys, here's another new to me brand, and I'm gonna guess that Risner knows this one too, because Risner is the almost all-knowing reseller. Reseller? Yeah, you resell. At least I think you do. Put in the chat, put in the comments if you know this brand, because I saw it. I almost walked right by it. It was in the men's section. This is a women's item. And they had 2 pairs of these, same style jeans, just different color, black and dark wash blue. And I'm so glad I stopped to look these up, because I've never heard of this this brand of women's jeans. David, thank you so much for the wide-eye worsty hot dog. Appreciate that. Who knows this brand? This is new to me. Never heard of it. Frame. Looked these up, and I think these are like $200 brand new. But a lot of sold comps used for that $40, $50, $60 range. Le Crop Mini Boot. Risner says frame. Boom. Fireworks. Great brand. Sold some last week. JK, what'd you sell them for? These look brand new. These are like a jet black. Don't look like they've been worn much at all. Great color right now. So that's the first pair. And again, $5 or $6. And then here's the other pair right behind it. Same style of, it's the mini boot. Same size, dark wash blue. So I could be looking at over $100 for both of these jeans for $10 spent. And again, Another brand that I learned today that I had no clue about this morning. For those that know, where do you find Frame? I don't do a lot of reselling of women's designer jeans. I know some of the other brands like Anthropologie, Page, Citizens, Cut from the Cloth. Cut from the Cloth. I used to pick that up all the time. Now I don't really. But I've never heard of Frame. Madewell, I know it's kind of come down in resale value. Bolo, Colonel Littleton, belts, bags, leather goods, understated, easy to miss. Okay, never heard of it. Thanks for sharing that. Again, Risner coming through in the clutch. Saw that one, sharing the Bolo with us. As a buyer, paid $75 on a pair used. Okay. And I may ask more closely to $75 because those are hardly worn at all. Nordstrom. K-Way says Nordstrom. Thanks so much. Cruz Azul followed the host. Thanks so much for following. Appreciate that. Okay, moving on. This next brand I'm familiar with, men's pants. Colonel Littleton, high comps, $800, 300% sell-through. Wow. I don't typically swear by this brand, but it's new with tags. So new with tags for, wow. Did I know it was 15? Did I know that these were 15? I don't think I did. I thought these were $7. I'll still make money. The brand is Zara Man. I think I looked them up, and $35 to $45 for these pants. So if I'd known they were 15, I wouldn't have gotten these. That's not enough margin for me. And I don't know the sell-through on Zara. I don't think it's hugely, I don't think it's a fast mover is what I'm trying to say. So I'm okay, won't lose money, but if I'd known they were 15, I would have left them there. Joe, thanks for sharing the live. What a compliment. Thanks so much. I'm about out of water. I'm going to have to top this out. So I'm going to finish the second store. I'll go get more water, and I'll come back and do the other two stores. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have picked it up if it was used. No way. But because it was new, I sat there for a while, looked it up, and I was like, okay, it's going for $35 to $40. The tag on the back says $59.90. Obviously, I'm not going to list it at $59.90, so I'll probably list it around $44 plus. K-Way coming in with the gifts. Thanks, K-Way. Thank you so much, Cal Hobbs. This brand surprises me. I'm curious what you guys think about this because I used to stock my store with these. I found them all the time in Colorado, and they used to do well. And I even got an offer on a pair of pants, not this great, but for $20, and I had them at $29. I countered at $24. They haven't accepted yet. I don't understand why these don't sell faster and why they don't go for more money. Mountain khakis, if you purchase these new, you're looking at $60, $70, $80, somewhere in there. Smaller size over here. I'm not excited about that size, but these are like a heavier, think like canvas, heavier outdoor pant that can withstand a lot more, just a more durable pant, I guess. Does have some marks on the bottom. I had to think about that. I'm gonna try and wash that out. I've got some stain remover. We'll see if it takes it out. But reinforced pants. It's got like the pocket here on the back. Mountain Khaki is the brand. I'm definitely getting more selective with these just because I'm seeing people selling them for $15 to $20 plus shipping, and I think they should go for more than that. I don't get it. How will I remove the price on the tag? That right there, I won't. I'll just leave it. Occasionally, like, I'll have a pair of shoes that I can't get the, I'll try 3 or 4 methods and I can't get the price off the bottom, and they still sell, especially if they're a great brand. Double knee, yeah, that's a good way of putting that. It's got, you can see right here what K-Way's talking about, the stitching, got the patch over. Double knee for more reinforced pants. So I think those will go for a little more because they're more durable, but just their typical like classic mountain khaki, man, it's been slowing down for me. So I'm I actually passed on another pair of mountain khakis at the same store from that same donor, and I left them because it wasn't that durable, like higher end mountain khaki. All right, moving on. I love this brand. I love it to resell. It's got quick sell through. I love it to wear. These are women's pants, but they were in the men's section. I love it when they do that. We'll do a little reseller trivia here. Who knows what that is right there? Kayway knows it. Risner knows it. David knows it. Chris at Peak would know it if he were in here. I don't think he's here. You got the same Rally Roots bag? Yeah, I got a couple of these. I get so many comments on those. I've got probably like 6 or 7 of these like bags that I take so I don't use up plastic bags. People always comment on those bags. And at first I was like, I don't know if I want to take in like these bright purple tie-dye bags, but now I don't care. And so many people are like, dude, where'd you get those bags? I love it. The Hidden Isle, what's going on? Good seeing you. Cool is the brand. Nick knows it. There it is. That's a new tag. These are women's pants. Brand new, these women's pants are going to go for $90 to $100. I'm going to list them for about $49 plus shipping. These will sell minimum of $40. It may take longer in women's. If they were men's, they would go a lot faster. Almost new, hardly anywhere. And you guys, you may hear me say that all the time, like almost new, light new. It's because I don't pick up, unless it's vintage, kind of a different rule set there. But I'm really looking for excellent condition, like new. I want excellent, so I want items that are newer, like within the last 5 years or less. And I also want excellent condition. I don't want an older item unless it's vintage. And I don't want flaws, and I don't want it to look older. I don't want it to look like 10 years old. And now if it's like a 30-year-old LL Bean, I'm going to pick that up. But I'm really trying to get excellent, like new condition. And I guess that kind of descriptor varies from person to person, but you know, I'm looking at tags a lot to see like what's the wear on the tag look like, what's the wear on the logos and things like that. Rhonda Roney says, just sold 5 pairs of cool pants. Nice, I believe it. Did you sell them as a lot or did you sell them individually? I'm guessing you sold them as a lot. Nick says, posted 2 cool pants today. Nice, Nick. I'm going to check this because usually with cool, I don't know about the women's pants, but with men's, if you look inside, okay, this doesn't have it, but if you look inside the pocket, it will print what the model of the pant is. And I always take a picture of that because it usually explains like the different features of the pant that I would rather not just type out. But yeah, this one's got snaps at the bottom for rolling up into capris. It's got pockets on each side. So I would say cargo pants. I would say I could put capri in the title as well as pant. Great pair of pants. It's a good day when baby is sleeping. Whenever she sleeps, I get to get stuff done. When she doesn't sleep, it tends to get a little more stressful and I end up just reclining around the house more. Found a no snow on the mountain Patagonia this weekend. I have no idea what that is, Risner. What is that? We listed individually but agreed to bundle up. 40 each, got for 7 each. Oh, okay, so the person came in and bought a bunch of them. All right. Next up, $6.50 for a blazer. That's pretty on point for what I'm seeing around Goodwills here. Matt Blum. Sorry, I butchered that, but Spreadsheet Jason. Yes, that's me. I'm the spreadsheet guy. Hart Schaffner, Marks. I don't know how you pronounce it. I think this is a Dillard's brand. Let me check. Yeah. Dillard's right there. Larger size. I think this is 46 regular, which it would be like an XL. This is you guys liking this classical music, by the way? It's really calm, isn't it? Calming. It's just the wool. a wool blend blazer, but it's got this really cool pattern. So it's a larger size and it's kind of like blue and black and gray check there. I'm very selective on these Hartshafner Marxes. I should get $40 to $50 for this one. I'm looking for larger sizes. I'm looking for like classic patterns. I'm pretty much leaving behind like the solid navies, the solid blacks. Yeah, I hope I'm not putting anyone to sleep because this music is called classical music for sleeping, and I started it to get my baby down. It didn't work, but hopefully none of you are out there sleeping. Or if you need sleep, I hope you are. Okay, moving on. Marix Acrylic says, good afternoon. Haven't had the pleasure of catching you on live. I want to thank you for the spreadsheet. Yeah, thanks so much. Glad you're liking it. How long, you got the premium version, I'm guessing? Risen Resell's white line on top of mountain logo is pre-1982. Wow. Okay. I didn't know that. Hardly anyone is ever asking for that fourth measurement, so I don't put it in. I just put it in if they request it. So I do pit to pit, just like typical shirt, armpit to armpit. I do the length. I do the bottom of the collar where it's going to rest on their neck. So from the bottom of the collar all the way down to the bottom of the jacket. That's what I consider length. Because if you think about it, the collar sits above your, what am I trying to say? You guys get it, but it sits above this right here. So I really want to know where it's going to rest on your body and all the way down. And then the only other measurement I do would be shoulder seam. So I find the shoulder seam and I go all the way down to the end of the cuff. So 3 measurements on blazers, that's what I do. If you want to do another one in there, this is the one I used to do that I don't anymore. But sometimes people will ask for the shoulder seam to the shoulder seam, meaning you just draw a line straight across. You don't follow the fabric, you just go straight across. Well, I guess you do follow the fabric, but straight across, seam to seam, and that's the measurement. Am I saying that right, Risner? You would know better than I would. Bought my spreadsheet off of Chris at Peak. Is that yours? I still haven't used it. Yes, Jennifer, that's mine. He's promoting my spreadsheet. Thank you for your order. I appreciate that. You need to open it up because it could be, do what you want, but it's a great tool that will start measuring your business. I've got a video out there. If you don't know about that, go to my YouTube channel, click up here. You can find the video on the tutorial, 40-minute long, but you can skip ahead and watch whatever you need to understand it. Elise says, I train my babies with classical music. They fall instantly when I say it's bedtime. Nice. I love that. Parenting hack. Merrick says, premium version, new to reselling. It's helping out so much. So thank you for that. I'm glad to hear that. That's why I created it, to help others like you. I was showing people my spreadsheet like 3 years ago on lives, and people were asking like, is that yours? Did you make it? Do you sell it? And that's what gave me the idea to sell it. Yeah, Jennifer, I hope I answered the question, but click up here and it'll take you to a link where it will have my YouTube channel. Yeah, I put on a lot of classical music too when I'm listing. I'll do different things. Sometimes I get into different vibes, but if I need to just kind of clear my mind and just get into a zone, classical really helps. Saditra 86, hello from Texas, not far away from you. I'm in Arkansas. What brand bag? This one? This bag? Is that what you're asking about? Wish there were bin stores in my area. Yeah, I've got one about an hour away. I hardly ever go there. It's been over a year. All right, I think I've caught up with the... I think I'm caught up with the comments. All right. Guys, for real though, I know this brand and I've never found it in the wild, ever. Couldn't believe it when I saw it. This is a brand that, the golf bag. You want to see the golf bag? I'll show it to you in just a second. When I finish this store of clothing, I'll show you the bag that just sold for $70 plus shipping. I think you'll be surprised how I got $70 for it. This shirt is $5. And check out this tag. Fall Raven. Men's XL. It's not a fancy shirt. It's just a, cotton solid orange shirt, but fall raven. Should get in the 30s plus shipping, maybe 40. We'll see. I don't think I mean, if this were a fancier shirt, maybe, but it's got the little fox logo on the front chest. We're still going, guys. Store number 2. I told you it was better than the first. Okay. One of the first finds I found, this is a Chris at Peak special. If you watch Chris at all, you know he loves finding this brand. Ermenegildo Zegna. I'm saying that faster. I don't know if I'm saying it accurate. And baby is waking up, so I may have to go grab her. Got a blazer. Probably this should go for over 50 bucks. I'm not too experienced with this brand, meaning I haven't sold a lot, but there were comps for 60, 70, 80 and up, just depending on the style of blazer. Nick said he just found a fall raven for the first time. Matt, yeah, for shoulder seam, the sleeve length, I do the seam, sorry, other side, the seam right here down to the cuff. That's shoulder seam to cuff. There are other sleeve measurements out there where you can do from the middle of the neck down and then down the sleeve. That's kind of confusing. I always just do from the edge of the shoulder down. Mindful growth. Oh yeah, guys, that was an amazing sale I had yesterday. I got 3 Robert Graham Star Wars collab t-shirts. One just sold for $95 plus shipping. They retail for $148. I sold it yesterday on a best offer. I got them at the bin store here. It's like not the Goodwill bins, but it's like an Amazon return store. And they were just there. I almost passed right by them because they were just white t-shirts. So glad I stopped and looked at them because I picked up 3. I've still got 2 left for sale in my store. Debbie Thrifts sent some people your way for the spreadsheet today in my live. Thanks so much. I got 4 orders already. I'm not sure if those were some of them, but thanks for sending them my way. Let's see. Risner says I explained it accurately. Okay, good. Sometimes I act like the expert and then I'm like, is that right? Yeah, the Robert Graham was, again, not a Goodwill bins. It was an Amazon return store, and I picked up 3. 95% of the stuff there is crap. It's like Target donations, which nothing wrong with wearing Target. I'm just saying for resale value. Or it's just private label Amazon stuff. So I pass by most of it, but I'll get 20 items or so that are like the Robert Graham or just higher end brands new with tags. I got to keep listening because if she gets crazy, I have to go get her out of there. But we're getting close to the end of this bag. Store number 2. New brand, another new brand to me. Psycho Bunny. It's like I guess an English brand. Is that English? What's it say? It's the England flag, right? I know Australia and England are very similar, I think. Maybe I'm getting that confused. But size 6 Euro, I think is like XL in men's. Check out this shirt. Got a cool little red, white, and blue collar. Got the Psycho Bunny logo on the front. I'll turn this down so I can hear. Nothing special, like $28 to $34 plus shipping. I'll be right back. I am actually going to go top. Psycho Bunny Ultimate Bro Dude Bro brand. That's hilarious. You sell a huge variety of high and really low end stuff. Your sell-through rate is pretty low. It is pretty low. I ask for higher prices. I don't sell. I wait for the right buyer to come along and pay me higher prices. So yeah, my sell-through is low, like 15 to 20% would be high for me. I think my best month I did 22% sell-through. And I'm okay with that. And if I need to lower the price, I will. Ron Aroni says the Psycho Bunny sold for $35 and we're small. Okay, that's good to know. Clip Q shoe. My hubby loves that brand. Those sell fast. Okay, good to know. Glad that that was a good purchase. I mentioned new with tags items. Here's one of them. Got a Adidas Clima Chill polo shirt, men's XL. And I think this, yeah, it's got some kind of course on here or a brand. Mira Vista? I don't know if that's a brand or a course, golf course. Any golf experts in the house know Mira Vista. Doesn't seem like a well-known course to me, but I don't study golf courses. I do know the good ones though. What's the sell-through rate? Not familiar with the lingo. Yeah, so a lot of times you'll hear that thrown around because people want to know how fast can I turn my $5 investment into $30. Sell-through is you take your inventory. So let's say you have 100 items at the start of the month. And let's say at the end of the month, you sell through, meaning you sold 25 items. So out of the 100 that you had, you sold 25. That means your sell-through rate is 25%. You can also look, if you like go onto eBay and see, so that is like sell-through as far as your inventory goes. But you can go onto eBay and see that there may be 100 types of shirts. So let's say you're looking at a Peter Millar shirt, and for this example, there's 100 Peter Millars sold, and there's 100 Peter Millars listed, and there are 50 that have sold in the last 3 months. You would say that would be a 50% sell-through because half of what's listed are selling. So that's kind of an easy way to think of sell-through. A lot of resellers try and, well, I shouldn't say a lot. Some resellers try and hit that like 30% mark. They want to sell a third of their inventory every month. Again, I have storage. I still have some space in my bins. So until I max out and I have no more space, I don't need to lower my price. I'll just wait for the right buyer to come along. There's a Mira Vista in Fort Worth, Texas. Okay, good to know. So Adidas Climate Chill, a lighter weight polo, great size, new with tags. Says the suggested retail $75. Probably list this at about 45, 39, somewhere in there, and sell it in the 30s. Would you buy Bonobos pants new with tags for $10? Yes, I would. Would I buy Bonobos pants used? No, unless they're larger size and they have to have the design on the back pocket. Like if you open the pockets and they've got like the plaid or the paisley or the polka dots or something. I've had 2 or 3 pairs sit in my store for so long that were used, but I think that's because they were smaller sizes, like 34 and less. I don't usually find like the larger sizes. Bonobos golf shorts do well, but yeah, if I could see them for $10 and they weren't like size 29 or 30 waist, I'd pick them up. But again, like what's the fabric? What's the cut? What's the size? What's the color? What does the material look like? What's the pattern? All those things kind of weigh in. So I may be saying yes to 10, but there may be something you're not telling me. But just generally speaking, if I saw those new, yes, I'd pick them up. Are you thrifting live right now? All right, Polo Ralph Lauren. I am very selective, but check out this tag, guys. It's an older tag. Oh, sweet. Speaking of Polo Ralph Lauren, I just sold a Polo Ralph Lauren Regent dress shirt, international, $27 plus 13 shipping. So yeah, there went a Polo Regent dress shirt for 27. That's kind of high for a Polo Ralph Lauren, but maybe I should start saying other brands to sell because I said Polo and then that sold. But look at this shirt, large stripes, vintage tag, pony on the chest, blue and white stripe, great. And it's a men's, it's not on the tag, it's rubbed off, but I would guess large or XL based on the size. I'll measure it and know. But yeah, this pattern right here, I think will sell really well. Sold 2 pairs of Justin boots this week, one for $125, the other for $70. $200 of Justin boots. What are you in on those? How much did you pick them up for? That's really good. So thanks for sharing that win this week. Let's all congratulate S. Ditra. Do I use a cross-posting platform? I tried List Perfectly, but wasn't thrilled. Yeah, I think I looked into List Perfectly. Vendu is what I use, and you can click up here and find the link for that. They've got a free trial for you if you want to look into it, and it's pretty easy to use. I've been using it for coming up on 2 years, and I've got my items all on 6 platforms. It was so easy once I started the trial 2 years ago. It was just very intuitive to know, like, oh, here's what I do. I didn't have to do a lot of like looking up instructions and stuff. And they've got different plans for people of all levels. So whether you're a new reseller and you have a few listings you want to cross post, or whether you've got 100 or 1,000, they've got different plans that are pretty affordable. I pay $40 a month. That gets me other options as well, but I get 250 listings. If I sell 1 or 2 items on another platform, that covers the cost of the monthly expense. Wayne, I'm not sure if you heard that, but I found the Robert Graham Star Wars shirt at the discount bin store. So it was an Amazon return, or it was donated. I'm not sure which, but most of the stuff there is new with tags. Got the Justin boots for $13 and the other for $2. So you're in $15 and you turned 15 into 200. That's amazing. Do you still have to go into each platform and essentially list like an LP? Well, I'm not familiar with List Perfectly, so I can't tell you what comparing it, but I can tell you like what I do is I create the listing on eBay. I import it into Vendu because eBay is more complex than any other platform out there. And then basically it pulls in all these like item specifics. So all I have to do is like go to Poshmark, choose the size, make sure everything else is right, click list. It literally takes me less than a minute to get 5 other platforms listed. Okay. Next item, an older shirt, but we've got a golf tournament coming up in April, the first week of April. People are going to be looking for this tag right here, Masters Collection. Where are my golf people at? Masters logo. You want Masters green. Green is the color of the tournament. The winner gets a green jacket. And so anytime you find a green polo, that's going to, in my opinion, be more of a premium price than if you were to find like an orange polo with this logo. But still, that logo is what you want right there. Masters takes place in Georgia. And there are a lot of brands that put that logo on their shirt, but whenever you find the Masters collection, or if it says Masters up here, that's like the official shirt of the golf tournament. So this is a men's XL, and it's 100% Pima cotton. True story, I found a Peter Millar that had the Masters logo, and I sold it for $75 because it was like polyester stretch. This one won't go for that. This one will go for probably $30, 25 to 30. Almost done on the second store. You can only purchase new at the site. Oh, are you talking about the master stuff? All right, I'm curious what you guys would do with this because I mentioned new items, and this is a golf polo as well to follow up on that one. So this is Ashworth. There's the tag right there, high-end golf brand. And then it's got like this little, obviously the tag would have been on this. It's no longer there. I'm trying to think, would someone wear this shirt with this on it? Probably not. So I'm thinking the tag ripped off. I'm going to list this as new, but would you guys list it as new, or would you list it as excellent condition? I did just notice a little tiny spot. I'll probably get that out with some grandma's spot remover. By the way, if you're looking for my supplies that I use, like I've been mentioning the grandma's spot remover a couple times in this video, you can click up here in my links, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can click in the description of the video and you can find all the supplies I use on Amazon. So if If I use it, it's there. If I don't use it, I haven't listed it. I'm only telling you about the items that I actually use in my store. Can I show the label again? Yeah, Ashworth. It's got like a golfer carrying a bag. This is a men's XL, and I don't think it has a course on it or anything. Here's another look at the logo. So a shirt like this, again, it's kind of like FootJoy, brand new with tags. It would go for probably 75 to 80 bucks. I'm going to follow the lead of a lot of people in here saying new without tags. That's how I'm going to list it, assuming I can get, well, the stain is so small. I mean, I don't even know if it's a stain. I think I can get it out. It's like a little tiny dot. So I'll list this new without tags. I'll get that out. Probably try and get 39 bucks. Plus shipping. Okay. I'm very selective. I don't usually pick up Nike dry fit polos, but this is like a special edition, and that's the reason why I picked it up. Aside from the fact that it's got the best team in college sports on the front. The best team in college sports on the front. The Razorbacks right there. Every like November they do like a Veterans Day, whatever games or week falls on like Veterans Day week, that all like the coaches wear like green jackets and green shirts and different things, sweatshirts and stuff, to show like respect for veterans. And so this is like a special edition shirt. It's got the camo on the collar. It's got the Nike logo. It's got the Arkansas patch on the front. It's got the flag. Where did it go? Other side. It's got the flag on the sleeve, and this is a light new condition. So men's polo shirt, Nike dry fit. I sold at some point I found like a Nike dry fit, like a veterans edition. I think it was like a jacket, like a windbreaker, and it sold for a lot of money. So I don't even know what I'll price this at. Probably try and get in the 30s for this, but it could be higher. I'll just have to see. Definitely look up, something like that where it's a limited edition or a special edition. I'll definitely look. I'll look up comps before I just drop a price on that. Missy Carver, welcome back. Good afternoon. Ben Hall. Yep, this is a Ben Hall. I'm in store number 2 of 4 stores. I'm about to finish this one. Oliver the Golden Doodle says at least 45 bucks. K-Champ Shop. I am in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Are you an Arkansas native as well? All the brands today, guys. I mean, people ask me all the time, like, what brands do you look for? And I would say, watch this video, because here's another brand, Mizzen and Main. I'm not too stoked about the medium, but most of the time when I find a Mizzen and Main, it's like crisp. It's excellent condition. This is a polyester performance shirt. This shirt will go for minimum of 40. Well, listed at 45. I should get at least 40 for this. Medium is a little smaller, and that's okay. But the sell-through on Mizzen and Main is usually really good. All right. Last item in the bag. Check this out, guys. If Chris is still here, I know he's going to know what this is. What do you think this is? Risner, are you still here? I don't know what you call this. Anyone know what you would like? What descriptors would you use for this in the title? Because I'm always at a loss for words. Trisha Smith is jumping in. But like this gray wash, acid wash. It's got like this huge embroidery on the back. It's not Affliction, but it's definitely that style. Let's see here. Got like I don't know, just the really loud, man, a lot of notifications coming in. Return requested on eBay. We'll check that out in just a second and see what it is. True Religion, not True Religion. Embellished, that's the word I'm looking for. Embellished pockets, Gothic. That gray thing is ugly, but in style, loud, definitely. I got a return requested on a boot I sold. And I'm guessing because the person didn't read. I put in the title, right leg, right shoe only, amputee. And then in the comments, I said, one shoe only, right leg. And they said ordered by mistake. So I'm going to guess that they ordered thinking they were getting two pairs of shoes or a pair of shoes, and they didn't. So guess what? You're going to pay for shipping on that, buyer, because I'm not going to take that for a mistake on your part. Not Rock Revival. A lot of great brands that I wish this were, but this is still a good one. I'll just go ahead and tell you. Roar. It's been a while since I found a Roar, and it's a men's size large. So something like this would be an item that instead of showing the front as my main picture, I'm going to show the back. This is what people want to see. Ironically, I know a new amputee. I'll ask him what his size is. This is a women, so I appreciate that, but it's for women. I do have two shoes in my store that are one shoe. They're new, but they're one shoe only, and they're both women's. All right, 2 of 4 done. Moving on to store number 3. This was the smallest amount of items I got. I only got like 4 items maybe. Spent $50.93. So I got some, I guess, higher ASPs in there. Lost Lanes, that's a good question, is asking why I would only sell one shoe. Well, at the Discount Bin store, I bought a pair of shoes that I thought were Lucky Brand Chelsea boots. When I got home, one was that, and the other was a Clark's shoe. So someone ordered 2 pairs of shoes and returned the mismatches. And so when I got home, I had a Lucky Brand boot and a Clark boot, and they were both brand new, but I couldn't list them. And if they were used, I may just consider donating them back. But brand new, you can get $20-$30 for. So that's why I listed it. And there are also people out there that only need one shoe, and we shouldn't charge them for the price of a pair of shoes when they're only getting one. So that's why. Just came up on your FYP page. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks so much. I'm almost at 10,000 likes. Got 80-something people watching now. Full-time reseller here going through my haul. I've done half of this. If you're just jumping in, you can catch the first half on YouTube up here. You'll find the link, and this will go recorded onto YouTube, downloaded on at some point in the next week. Okay, store number 3. I spent $50.93. There it is. This store gives me rewards, so for every $100 I spend, I get a $5 gift card, or $5 off my next purchase, which I used. I think I used it here. No, I didn't have it, so I'll get it for the next one. This store is notorious for pricing because I never get a lot there, because this store prices so high. We're not talking like, it's ridiculously high, but they always have 5 colors, and the first 3 are always discounted. So there's always one color that's like 50 cents. That's obviously the color that's been there for 4 or 5 weeks. They're trying to get rid of it. Then next after that, there's a 25 to 50% off range, and then 50 to 75% off color, and then the third color is 25% off, and then the last 2 are new arrivals, so they're full price. So I'm almost always looking for discounts. I paid full price for this. Green was not discounted, but I'll show you why I paid. It's not Savers. It's just a local store here. Ralph Lauren got a pinstripe suit, men's size 46. Got 3 buttons here. So, I mean, great pattern here. And this material is like really soft. And I was like, this doesn't feel like your typical wool suit. So I opened it up and it is, I don't know if you can, it's not zooming in on that, but it's 92% wool, 8% cashmere. So I paid $30 for this. Got the jacket and the matching pants. And because it's pinstripe and it's cashmere and it's a larger size, I think, I haven't looked up comps, but obviously I paid 30 for this, so hopefully I'll get at least 70 to 80, which I'm pretty confident I can get. With suits, it's like all over the map. I mean, you can find suits that go for really cheap. You can find suits that go in the hundreds of dollars. I'm just gonna look this up real quick. So I put in Ralph Lauren pinstripe suit. Already got like 8 subs on the YouTube channel. Appreciate that, guys. I'm sure some of you in here jumped over to find that so you could catch some of these lives. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and for material, I'm definitely selecting cashmere. And just to give you an idea, I'm looking at what's available now. So when I do Ralph Lauren pinstripe suit, I've got 527 results. When I click on cashmere, I've got 19. So that's a good sign for me. And now I don't really want to know what's being listed. I want to know what's selling. So I'm going to click on sold items. So when I keep that in mind, I've got 19 listings for Ralph Lauren cashmere suit that's pinstripe. And there's a good chance that when I dwindle down to the size, which let's just go ahead and do that real quick. Let's dwindle down to the size 46. It's going to take it down to 2 listings. So those are really good numbers for me. And they're completely different suits, like a different gray. One's 150 used, and the other one is 600 new. So because my demand in that category, or my supply is really low, I can ask for a higher price. That gray color is spot on. Like if that were my size, I'd keep it, or I would consider keeping it. I don't know if I'm a pinstripe guy, but looking at sold comps. So there's some that went for like 65, 55, 75, 130, 130, 185, 185. So you can see, like, I'm kind of explaining, there's one that went for, this is more Polo Ralph Lauren, and it's an Italy suit that went for 325. Here's a 299 Italy. So I don't have those, but you can see already the range is 65 to 130. So I'm probably going to list it at 130 range because that is in excellent condition. I looked it over with suits, blazers, things like that. You want to check because I've been burned so many times. I've gotten home and found holes or moth holes or stains, and it's not as easy to clean up. You've got to, like, I mean, if it's a hole, you're screwed. But if it's a stain, like, you got to take it to the dry cleaners or something. So definitely check those things over if you're looking at them. What sizes sell better for you? Men's, XL and up. If you get into like the big 3X, the big 2X, those sell even better. I don't know if you're just talking generally or if you're looking more in like the menswear category, like the suits and blazers. Suits and blazers, I'm looking for 46 and up. So 46 is considered XL most of the time. But if I can find a 50, 52, 54 in US, those are going to sell really well. How do I organize my items so I can find them easily? I put them in bins, and then so for example, I've got a bin over there, it's D7, and then in the eBay listing or in Vindu, I put the bin that it's in and the date in the custom SKU field. So when I go to pull items, it pulls up really nicely. I can just quickly find it. Thanks for the question. Appreciate that. Larger sizes always sell better for me in men's and women's. Yes, for me too. I almost never pick up men's small. Medium has to be a really good brand. Large is when I start to consider other items. I was thinking today, they're like, A couple of brands that if I saw men's small, I'd pick it up. That would be Filson, and some of these very higher end brands. So I'm not saying I wouldn't pick up any men's small, but I'm not picking up 99% of the men's small that I find. Do I sell a lot of Peter Millar? I do. Yeah, I do really well with that brand. Glad they're doing well with you too. So out of the $50 haul at that store, 30 of that was that suit. Here's another item. This was full price. This was $15. Men's pinstripe blazer. And this is another item that Chris told me about that I had no idea about this brand. So Chris at Peak, if you're not following him, him and I do a lot of reselling. We talk every day almost through text or lives. We used to have a show together, but this was one of the brands that he showed on that the show that we used to do, and I've always remembered it, but just never found it. So this is a first for me, and it's Yves Saint Laurent or Yves Saint Laurent. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Pinstripe blazer, men's 44 long, so that helps. It's a longer blazer, 3-button, navy blue, and it is 100% wool. So I think I saw comps around like $80 for this. So that's a good find right there. 15 into maybe 80. And Lisa's saying, Eve, appreciate you telling me that. Thought I heard her stirring in there. Got 2 more items at this store. So I mentioned that the category that's been there the longest are the color tag orange. Today it was 25%. Today it was 25 cents. So a pair of pants that they'd got priced at $15 was 25 cents. Take a look at that. I'll show the tag over here. Brooks Brothers red fleece pants, waist 36 by 34, and it's like a gray pinstripe pant. I didn't have to think about it. If they weren't red fleece, I'd pick them up. Great size. But just out of curiosity, because I don't see that red fleece, Brooks Brothers red fleece tag very often. So I'm going to type in Brooks Brothers red fleece pants and see what they're going for. So I paid $0.25. We're looking at pre-owned. Wow, YSL, we say YSL. Okay. Looks like on the low end, $23 plus shipping. And on the high end, there's a pair that went for a best offer of $65. Don't know what it went for, but I think in the 30s. I'd say in the 30s, because what I'm seeing are like khaki pants, and the fact that these are like a gray pinstripe, I think I can get more for. So I'm going to say conservatively $30 plus shipping. All right. Last item at this store. This is store number 3 of 4. I'm so giddy about this item because I looked up, I saw these and I'm like, this looks like a look that would command some money right now. I'm not a stranger to this brand, but it was this type of shoe from this brand. Check it out. Bragoni, I think it's how you say that. Bragano maybe, by Cole Haan. And look at this style, this braided leather shoe with a tassel on the front. Green, I think, was full price. I'm like, man. I'm just checking out the bottom because sometimes I've been burned on the bottom by getting soles that are worn through. But these are actually decent condition, not a lot of wear. So I got this pair of Cole Haan Bragano braided tassel shoes. And I looked these up in the store. I don't remember what comps were, but I know it was worth paying $15 for. Cole Haan Bragano. Oh, because it's only 1G, I put 2 in. Chris at Peak is in the live. I see Chris. Stirring up trouble again. Okay. Men's shoes, those are size 12, so great size. I'm going to sort by color. They're brown, and then do pre-owned. And let's see what sold comps are going for. I love finding Bionic. Yep, that's a great brand too. 50 with shipping, still learning shoes. So just looking down the list, here's a pair not as cool as mine, 40 bucks. They're not braided leather. They're just like tassel slip-ons, 40 plus shipping. I want to know the braided leather though. Here's some braided leather, 49, free shipping. Here's another pair, 59 plus shipping, best offer. Here's another pair, 59 plus shipping. So yeah, I think that 50 to, here's a pair that went for 69 on an offer. And then here's a pair that went for 25. Sometimes people don't set up their listing right. They did auction and they got one bid for 25 bucks, and they could have gotten twice that had they listed it by it now. But yeah, looking like 50 to 60. I'll probably list those at 69 plus shipping and take offers of 50 and up. So this one pair of shoes will get the money that I paid at the store to wear that suit, blazer, and the pants will then bring in the gravy. All right, last store, and this one was amazing too, guys. I'm telling you, all 4 stores were clicking. Chris, I don't think you were in here, but I found Yves Saint Laurent, and I found Zegna today. So 2 brands that I've learned from you, if you're still in here, found at thrift stores. Oh, you know what? I didn't tell you guys. I mentioned I had a sale. I sold a golf bag. And I didn't show you. So let me go grab it real quick. So I just listed this last week and sold it today for 69 plus shipping, or 69 or 79. And I had $45 on shipping. 69 plus $45 shipping. Let's see where it's going. I always love this game with heavy items because I'm like, I'm going to get a bonus if it's going really close. And it's going to Cincinnati, Ohio. That's beautiful for me. So tailor-made golf bag. You can see it's faded. It's got dirt marks on it. It's got like a couple little worn spots here on the side. The handle's kind of cracked a little bit. The top of this is, it's got some wear to it, like right here. But these golf bags, brand new, you're looking at $150 and up. So this is called, if you're not into golf, this is called a stand bag or a carry bag, because when you set it down, the stands pop out and it stands on the ground to where you don't have to hold it up or set it on the ground. So a dirty, really good golf bag by TaylorMade, still sold for 69 plus 45 shipping. And I always charge like 45 to 50 to ship a golf bag, just in the chance that it goes to, say, like Seattle, where it's going to be brutal for me to ship because it's going to cost so much, or like Miami or Maine. But I always love it when I have an item that I charged a lot of shipping for, and then it goes close and the shipping is going to be like 25 bucks. So that will bring in like another $20 profit. But I have gotten burned doing that too, because there have been times when I lost money on shipping because I didn't charge enough. What was I? Oh, Shanley 30 asked, do you have to buy a box? Yeah, I have boxes that are perfect for those golf bags. They're 40 inches tall, if not more, and they're 12 by 12 on the width and the depth. Length, width, something like that. And I get them at, this is a Line Creek boutique tip. He's the one that told me about these boxes. They're $4.95 at U-Haul, and it's called the lamp box. So it's 12 by 12 by, I think, 40 or 46. $4.95. I'll just go in and buy like 3 to 5 at a time. Once I get low, I'll go replenish. So I've got a couple in there. I've got 2 or 3 golf bags for sale. So We got 2 boxes in there waiting, and once I get down to like 1 or I sell out, I'll go buy some more. Thank you for asking that question. I appreciate that. Okay, let's move on to store number 4. Let's go. I'm excited about this. My last store of the day, I spent $74. Salvation Army. This store kills the last 3 times. I didn't go there for so long. It's actually the closest store to my house because the first time I went there, when we first got here 2.5 years ago, it was not stocked. It was like middle of COVID. It was not stocked well. The racks were almost empty, and the brands that were on, I was like, this is crap. So I never went back. And then like a year later, or no, like within the last year, I went back and I'm like, I've been missing out. I should have been going here this whole time because they're cheap on prices. Like shirts, $3, pants, $3 to $4. If I go up to the counter and say, hey, this doesn't have a tag on it, they're like, how about $3? I'm like, okay. They run deals where things are $1. So, and I'm always finding new with tag stuff there. So let me show you what I got there. The Salvation Army, I spent $74. 14,000 likes, 90 viewers. If you're just jumping in on my YouTube channel, this live will be posted there sometime in the next week. If you missed the first 3 stores, you can catch it there on YouTube. So jump over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you know when I've dropped a video. Already, since I went live, I've had 10 people subscribe to YouTube. So thank you so much. Just went over 4,200 viewers on YouTube today. Carolina Ramos 644 says, lots of great info. Thanks. Yeah, appreciate that. Glad that you're finding this useful. If you weren't finding it useful, you wouldn't be here and I wouldn't be doing these lives. Okay. $74. Last store. This was more of a pattern buy. Brand is Woolrich XL, but it's like a textured cotton. I don't know what you would call this, but like one of these stripes like sticks up above the rest. And so I'm thinking that someone will maybe pick this up on eBay or Depop because of the look. Woolrich is a great brand, but I just don't get a lot for Woolrich shirts. So that's kind of what I'm thinking with this. I paid $3 for it. Columbia, not typically great resale value. And Columbia PFGs, these shirts are everywhere. So if it's just the Columbia PFG, I typically don't pick them up. But this is the super Miami or Tom Miami. I don't know how you say that. It looks like you should say Ta Miami. So maybe that's it. Men's XL looks, again, excellent condition, like new. Not a lot of wear, no stains, very well taken care of. Should get low 20s to mid 20s plus shipping on this that I spent $3 on. Yeah, someone's saying gingham. That's a word that I'll put in the title. Gingham check. Vented is another word. Wicking, you could say outdoor shirt. Those are all things that I could use to describe that. All right. I'm very particular with Wrangler. I think Chris is a little more liberal with the Wrangler pickups, but look at that tag. I don't know anything about the silver sparkly Wrangler tag, but that's there. 2XL, 60% cotton, 40% polyester. That's a typical Wrangler. Tamiami? Okay. Thanks for spelling that out for me. It's a road trail in Florida. Okay, didn't know that. There's also the super bonehead Columbia PFGs. If I see those two, I'll pick those up. Great Wrangler shirt. Got the pearl snaps, stripes, just all out great color. I'm only picking up Wranglers typically if they're long sleeve, have pearl snaps, and have some kind of colorful pattern. I don't do like the solid colors. They've got to be larger sizes too. So this checks all those boxes. That's why I picked this up. I would think 20 to 25 on eBay plus shipping. Found a Wrangler George Strait collection button up and it's awesome. Yeah, the Wrangler George Straits do a little better, I think. Wrangler Retro jeans. I just picked up 2 pairs of Wrangler Retro jeans last week. And I think they go for around like upper 20s to 30 plus shipping. Again, Polo Ralph Lauren, I'm slow to pick up, but this is a vintage tag. Polo Golf Ralph Lauren. And like the stripes, this is kind of like if you were in the live when I showed that blue with the white stripes. It's very similar. Just the look. I don't know why. It's just something to me says this will sell better than the other, like the Polo Ralph Lauren polo shirts that have the horizontal stripes. For some reason, I don't know. I feel like the vertical stripes are in. That's why I picked it up. And like great colors, Polo Golf, vintage, got the pony, great condition. Another Chris at Peak tip is with the polos, you definitely want to check down here on the bottom. This one's slightly ripped. I don't think that will be a huge issue, but I'm definitely going to post these pictures in the listing. Gosh, all this talking and my voice gets hoarse. Okay. You know, when you're at a store and things are so cheap compared to like a Goodwill, it makes me entertain a lot more options. So I picked up these Ralph Lauren dress pants. They're size 48 long. So Ralph Lauren dress pants. Got this really cool gray check pattern. I think it's a polyester blend. I don't think it's wool. So it's a wool polyester blend, but I would think probably close to $30 plus shipping on these. I've sold a couple of Ralph Lauren pants. They're just like blue dress pants for 25 to 30 plus shipping. So I think because the larger size and the gray and the check pattern, I think those will go for more. So that's like a $3 or $4 pickup into, we'll call it 30 plus shipping. Monster Joe, what's going on? Monster Joe, another spreadsheet user as well. Hope you're doing well. $3 pickup. J. Crew Slim Straight corduroy pants. I'll list these around 34 and take offers of like upper 20s and up. Flippin' Nurse 23 says, how much are you having to pay for pants and jeans? So if I'm at Goodwill, typically their pants or jeans are $5.99 or $6.99. But at the Salvation Army, I think they're $4, maybe $3. I was looking for a price today and they didn't really have it listed. They said slacks were, I think, $3. J. Crew, I'm not a huge person for J. Crew, so I pass by 98% of it, but the corduroy is what I'm looking for. J. Crew jeans, no, I don't, not really. I have picked up like the Driggs, like the 484s, but I think that was years ago, and I think by now those are saturated, so I wouldn't touch those. Mentioned this brand earlier. Older pair of cool shorts. Older style, but still, I'll get $30 plus shipping for these. These shorts, someone would have paid, I know because I have a couple of pairs that I've bought, not at full price, but someone would have paid like $60, $70 for those. All right, guys, I mentioned earlier that I found Lulu. I showed you the Lulu gray shorts. This was the store that I found Lulu, but there was no Lulu logo, no Lulu tag, and I'm purely going off of what the fabric feels like. But here are the shorts, what it feels like and what it looks like. Now, typically, you know, like with men's shorts, you'll see like a Lulu logo like back here on the waist, or you'll see it down here on the back of the leg, and it's nowhere there. So when I don't see it in those two places, and I'm trying to figure out if this is Lulu, then I'm like, okay, I look inside. and the tag has been removed. So you can see there's no tag, but that looks like the tag. It's really thin and hangs down quite a bit, like obnoxiously, so I can understand why people would cut it off. And this is the only tag on the pants. It's telling the polyester spandex blend, and it's got the RN number, so I could look up the RN number. But the other thing I'll do, which I'll tell you, I did in the store, which to no success. You can look at the zippers. The zippers didn't give me an inclination. If you pull out like the pockets, I'm only talking about men's because I don't find a lot of women's Lulu. If you pull out the pockets, sometimes it will have a gray sticker that's got the size. It'll say like 34 or L or XL. Yeah, exactly what people are saying. The dot size dot is inside pocket, and I looked inside all of these and could not find it, or at least I didn't see it. We'll look again and make sure, because if I can find it, I want to show you. All right, and I don't see it, so I'm purely going off of the fabric. I'm pretty certain these are Lulu, so another $40 or $50 pickup. All right, this is the last bag, and we're almost done here. I've got about 10 items left. Vintage Reebok tag. Check out these shorts. Color block. I got the Reebok on the bottom front there, and then on the side got the big Reebok logo. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get $30 for these. Okay, moving on. Picked up another pair of cool shorts. This is a newer pair of cool shorts. 35 to 40 bucks easy for these. Excellent condition, size 36. So 35 to 40 bucks there. Yeah, Christy, good point. I did look at that. So the drawstring has these little black tips, and this is what made me think these are Lulu. Still no logo, but I think this is a Lulu thing. Those little, could be Kirkland. I'll double check it. But this is a heavier fabric, so. All right, next up, Rogue Fitness. Actually, the Rogue is on the side, kind of worn, but these shorts will go for 25 to 30 bucks. Paid $3 for them. I'm gonna start flying through these because I just realized it's 5 o'clock and I need to go pretty soon. But pair of North Face board shorts, larger size, great condition, $20 to $25 plus shipping. This was the first pickup at the store. Love this shirt. Look at this Western shirt. Look at that pattern. Panhandle slim. And size XL, paid $6, got the pearl snaps. Something like this, I sold a Wrangler, it wasn't Panhandle slim. I sold a Wrangler for, I think $40 that had a really cool funky pattern like that, so. All right, moving on. Got a big Carhartt t-shirt. These don't do that well for me. It's long sleeve though, that helped. Pocket tee, XL. I'm probably looking at 15 to 20 bucks plus shipping. All right, 3 items left, and then we're gonna call this good. This I picked up for the look. It's not like a brand or anything. It's just a jean jacket, men's XL, but it's got the Razorback logo on the front, and this jacket is like new. So I'm gonna try and get 40, 50 bucks for this. I think someone here, like a university student, is gonna pick up that jacket just for the look because they're gonna be going to a game and they wanna sport the Hogs. Speaking of the Hogs, this is a good find. Older shirt, that's an older Peter Millar shirt. It's cotton, but look at this. Got the Razorback on the front. Probably get $50 for this. And I paid $8. Yeah, excellent condition. Love finding Peter Millar with like a sports team or the Masters on it. My last find I'm going to tell you about today. I didn't look these up, so I could have gotten, I don't know, I feel like I'm fine, but I paid $5. Brand new pair of Keds, women's, leopard print. I actually looked at these for my wife, but they're a little too small. But they're brand new, so I would think like 20 to $30 at least. May shoot for like 30, 35, 40. I don't know. I haven't looked them up. I'll look them up. But that's it. That's my haul right there. So if you were in the whole time, I appreciate that. If not, and you want to go back, this will be on YouTube within the week. I'll have this whole live up. You can take a look at all 4 stores, all of them clicking today, with the exception of one. It was kind of a smaller amount of items, but still those items were good items. Missy Carver, that's funny. I bet that goes straight to Texas. Maybe. There's a lot of alumni down there. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to jump off here. I appreciate you watching and tuning in. I'm going to go in and start getting dinner ready. And we'll catch you on another live. So thanks for jumping in here. All 100 of you. We'll see you later. Bye.